racing through the tunnel cause I see the light. And I'm about to give it everything I got in spite of all of my fears and all of my tears. I'm about to switch it up and start to change the gears. Definitely go all out. Ain't no time for me to postpone and say not now. It's a downhill trip with no brakes, bruh. Know what I was doing, so I counted all the stakes, bruh. Dream catcher, I ain't plan on stopping, no hell nah. It's a crazy high from doing this like all the day, bruh. I'm so addicted to it that I can't give it up, bruh. It already got me hooked, no way of letting go now. Just so you know, bruh, I'ma chase it. Been running so long that I got shoes with no laces. Wishing of having a bunch of watches with a whole lot of different gold faces. Success coming soon and I can already taste it. Dream catcher, oh, it's bigger than you could ever imagine. So big that I'm wanting a mansion. Hope you're lucky enough that you could have one. It's a dream catcher, oh, it's bigger than you could ever imagine. So big that I'm wanting a mansion. Hope you're lucky enough that you could have one. It's a dream catcher, oh, it's bigger than you could ever imagine. So big that I'm wanting a mansion. Hope you're lucky enough that you could have one. I said dream catcher, oh, it's bigger than you could ever imagine. So big that I'm wanting a mansion. Hope you're lucky enough that you could have one.
Let me hear it again, show 'em how the town does it. When we come through, just win, baby, what we gon' do? Got the other team shaking cause we hitting hard. R.I.P. Jack Tatum and R.I.P. Al Davis. Never been a traitor, I'm a Raider, 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 Raider. Oakland Raider, 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 Raider. I'm a Raider, 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 Raider. Oakland Raider, 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 Raider. All I make is highlights, that was Crabtree. Whole crowd do the wave, do the max beat. And my favorite 32, that was Jack T. I look better in a silver and a black tee. When you thought we fell off, Raiders right back. Only one eye and win, eye patch. At the Coliseum, about to make the fire crack. All I make is hard hits like Khalil Mack. Yeah, D-Card, we stars. Bo Jackson, jersey number 3-4. I'm a Raider, Oakland Raider. From the Bay to LA to Las Vegas. I'm a Raider, 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 Raider. Oakland Raider, 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 Raider. I'm a Raider, 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 Raider. Oakland Raider, 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 Raider. I'm a Raider. Commitment to excellence.
Intercepted in the end zone by Charles Woodson. Second career touchdown on a punt return. Can you believe it? Return by Tim Brown. The extra point is in.
This was our finest hour. This was the finest hour in the history of the Oakland Raiders. The Tom Flores, the coaches, and the great athletes. Your commitment to excellence and your will to win will endure forever. You were magnificent.
It's picked off. Oh no! Unbelievable! Oh, wow! Incredible! Chandler Jones and wins the game for the Raiders! Jacobs with running room right up the middle. Jacobs is on his way. The Raiders are going to win this game. Davante Adams chugging into the end zone for the touchdown. Oh, he fumbled again! He fumbled again! Robertson's got it! And he's got an entourage! By midfield! Got a block by Hobbs! And there he goes! He's got 6!
When you have great coaches, then after you have great coaches, you get great players. You have a great organization, and you tell them one thing. Just win, baby.
Yo, what up, Jack? What up, gang? What's popping with you, Brody? You're on the mute. Hit the mute button. It's good, everybody, man. Late night Tuesday show. Was it Tuesday or Monday? I fucking forget what day it even is. I think it's Tuesday. You're on mute. What's good, chat? What's good, Nuzdar and Jesse? What's good with you, gang? My father, Dark. Salute to you, gang.
Yep.
There you are. I hear you now. What up, Ralph? What up, Charm?
What's up?
What up, Furpo? Shit, chilling, man. Just got done cooking some fucking dinner, bro. What's good with you?
Oh man, just got done getting some work done, man. Just like to fuck with you tonight a little bit, talk a little smack with the football game. You know how we do.
I ain't fucking doing shit, gang. I got home from work and I didn't really feel like playing college football, so I just fucking kind of sat here for like 2 hours in a shit mood and kept scrolling through my phone, and the Raiders just kept pissing me off by every fucking post I seen, dude. Other than that, dude, I'm chilling, bro. I just know the Raiders fucking opened up fucking training camp on a terrible fucking note, but whatever. Fucking Michael Gallup fucking retired, even though I didn't expect shit out of Michael Gallup, but
That's actually good. I respect that he did that.
he's a decent player, and that's a fucking huge loss to our depth of our wide receiver core. And Jalen Guyton goes on injured reserve or physically unable to perform. He's another depth receiver. So, dude, in all honesty, bro, I don't even know who the hell our receivers are outside of Davante Adams, Jacoby Myers, and Trey Tucker, dude. Like, who the fuck is our depth? Like, last year we had DeAndre Carter, but he's gone now. We brought in Jalen Guyton, he's gone. We brought in Michael Gallup, he's gone. Like, I don't even know who the hell our depth wide receivers are, dude. What up, my opinion? I mean, these dudes can't play 100, but these dudes can't play 100% of the snaps, bro. Like, somebody's gonna have to come in and take over for these dudes, bro. And I don't know, bro. No doubt. I don't think any of these wide. It's just terrible, bro. Like, then Jackson Powers Johnson's on the fucking physically unable to perform list. Colton Miller, like, dude, like it's not good, bro. It's not good, dog. I started a little live stream earlier, but I was pissed off. I wasn't being professional. I was in a real bad mood. So I just deleted the stream. What up, Clifford? Oh, I forgot about DJ Turner. I'm not the biggest fan of DJ Turner. I was off of Kasi, but like I'm not no more, bro. Like I'm not, bro. Like I have to see more. Maybe he pans out, bro. I feel like he's another one of those guys where the Raiders were just we're just one of those poverty-stricken fan base, and we never get talent. So we were so deprived of talent. We thought DJ Turner was gonna be hella good, bro. I mean, I hope he is. I like him, bro, but he's little, dude. Like, I don't want a fucking whole team full of 5'8" wide receivers, bro. Like, you didn't have the regulars here. I've just had a shitty mood all day, in my opinion. I really don't know why, bro. It's just been one of those shit days, dude. Like, some days I just wake up and I'm in a shit mood, and nothing can change it, bro. Like, I came home from work and tried to smoke and shit. Drink some of my 3%ers, dude, and it didn't help, bro. So I know I'm on the lonely island for now, but you heard it from me. My little island is going to get bigger. What up, All Eyes on G? So I mean, Afakasi, I like DJ Turner, bro. Like, I do, but what up, D-Menace? But to think that I don't know, bro. That's all I can say. Like, I don't know, dog. I think he even though he's kind of small, I think he's got some explosiveness. Though I think the only reason why I like him, dude, is because for whatever reason, DJ Turner just reminds me a lot of Jacoby Ford. So I that's probably the only reason why I'm trying to stick by him. What up, awesomeness? I really don't have an answer for you, but he better do something. Jalen Guyton goes down, Michael Gallup retires, bro. He better do something. All I know, guys, I'm gonna say this. I hate coming on this bitch, bro, and being like a Debbie Downer, right? Like, I talked to Jack earlier, and he's like, I'd rather you just spit it to me real than, you feel me, like, try to blow smoke. And I don't be trying to blow smoke, dude. But I don't want to be a Debbie Downer when I say this, dude. But it's not this. The way we started this offseason, bro, it's not good, dude. It's not good. And I do agree. I do think he's a good gunner. I think he's a good special teams player off of Kasi. I just don't have much faith with him outside of being just a fucking special teams guy, bro. And there's a link if anybody wants to pull up, bro. I don't know how long I'm going to be here. This is just a late night shoot the shit show. So if anybody wants to pull up off of Kasi, if you want to pull up and make your statement for DJ Turner, dude, that's cool. Like I said, man, I'm really concerned, dude. I'm really concerned. Fuck, dude. I'm really at loss for words, dude. You know what I'm saying? I'm really at complete loss of words right now. I think, honestly, don't think we could have started the offseason in a worse predicament, bro. Like, it's bad. Like, 2 starting offensive linemen out. We're already going to have a new right tackle, possibly another guard. Fucking one of your depth wide receivers fucking retires. Fucking your other wide receiver gets put on the PUP list, dude. It's just, I don't know, dude. I just don't feel like there could have been a worse way to start your fucking training camp than the way the Raiders started it today, bro. It's just fucking terrible. Very discouraging, dude.
Yeah, you know, I know I missed a lot because I was getting my medicine, but
you're good. We was talking a little bit about DJ Turner and shit because Afakasi wasn't really sweating off Michael Gallup because he said that he's on the DJ Turner island. He likes DJ Turner, so I was just ranting about how, well, not really ranting, but just kind of saying that I don't really have a ton of faith in DJ Turner. He looks like he might be all right. He's probably not gonna be nothing, but I like him because he reminds me a lot of Jacoby Ford. But I don't know.
Yeah, I agree. I would agree with Afakasi because at the same time, like when we signed Gallup, I did not expect to get much from him anyway. I was one of, not like that, like I said, I told you so, but I remember saying I doubt if he makes the team.
Yeah, I remember you guys said that shit.
I doubt if he makes the team, and look where we are here. Because I mean, look at his last few years in the NFL, bro. He couldn't stay healthy. He wasn't productive. When we signed him, I said, okay, it's a high risk, low reward. If he balls out and becomes a quintessential piece in the core, cool. If not, it wasn't no sweat off our backs, bro. He wasn't brought in to do any heavy lifting. And honestly, the wide receiver, bro, as much as I talk a lot of shit about it, that's a position, bro. Like, we can find another fucking receiver, bro. Like, you know, whatever he was going to bring to the table, I'm sure there's a youngster out there that can do that and more. So I'm not really sweating on it. I like the fact that he retired before training camp. He didn't go out there, take reps from a younger dude. He didn't go out there, waste time. He didn't do all that, bro. He knew he didn't have it, and he called it quits. So I respect that. I respect that.
And that's what I said earlier in my short, dude. I don't know if he just realizes he got into a really stacked wide receiver room and just realizes that he's not gonna have a shot, bro. You know what I'm saying?
I think it's more than that, bro. I think he went out there in his body. He just wasn't who he wanted to be.
Yeah, he probably didn't have the same wiggle and shit.
Yeah, because if Gallup felt like he had it, it don't matter who's. In my opinion, I'm just putting myself in his mindset, right? It wouldn't matter who's on the team. He would feel like he'll be able to make the team and contribute. So
let's be real, dude. I mean, outside of being injured, what up, Chris? Protect the shield in the building. Outside of his injured years, dude, like Michael Gallup was a relatively solid slot wide receiver, dude. Like when the Cowboys lost a couple of their starting wide receivers a few years ago, dude, he became the number one wide receiver and looked really, really good.
Yes, he did.
It's just like you said, his issue, dude, is the issue that we all knew, bro. He has an injury history, dude.
Right.
And I honestly think that if he would have found a way to make this team, I think he could have had a big impact on our teams. I think he would just sprinkle him in every now and then because, in my opinion, Michael Gallup used to be a starting receiver in this league. It's been a couple years since he's been healthy, so that's kind of fell off a little bit. But I'm not super upset that we lost him. I'm just discouraged, bro, because like we don't have a ton of depth at that position, bro. And that's the main reason why I liked Michael Gallup, because I think at this point in his career with his injuries, he's a good depth guy, bro. Like to bring in like fucking in later downs when your other receivers are tired, when Jacoby gets tired or something, I think he's a perfect complement to Jacoby Myers because we all know Devontae's taking all the fucking attention, right? Michael Gallup is the kind of receiver that can win his one-on-ones. You know what I mean? I like guys who can win one-on-ones, bro. Because when it comes down to the Raiders offense, since we're so talented in so many spaces or so many places, dudes have to be able to guard like Devontae with two people. So that means everybody else, for the most part, needs to be one-on-one. We need guys that can win one-on-ones. Michael Gallup was one of them guys that can win one-on-ones. You know what I'm saying? Now, DJ Turner, I don't know, dude. I don't know if he can win one-on-ones consistently, bro. Jalen Guyton's also on the unable to perform list, protect the shield. I don't know when he's coming back, Chris. Hopefully it's soon. But that's another reason why I'm discouraged, because not only did we lose Michael Gallup, but we lost Jalen Guyton too, bro. And I'm not a huge fan of Jalen Guyton. He's a great gunner. He's a great kick returner. But he would bring depth to a wide receiver room that is clearly lacking it. And we got the homie Alpha Kasi. What's good with you, gang?
What's going on, brothers? How are we, gang?
Boy,
Jack, good to see you, my friend.
What's going on, man?
Going in the chat. What's good?
Shit.
Nice to see you, brother.
You too. Likewise.
Talking this shitty day one of training camp. And it's not, they're not even training today. They just kind of reported, right? And
Yeah.
You know what sucks too, dude? It's that, like, I understand that it's early and shit, right? And we're going to get guys back. But losing O linemen early in camp, that's terrible, bro. That's terrible. That's probably the one group that dudes need to be practicing and playing with together as soon as possible, bro. That is the most camaraderie position group in the entire fucking NFL, dude. You can ask fucking anybody who's played O-line. I've never played O-line. Nutty Raider Nate's never played it in the NFL, but Nutty Raider Nate's played college O-line. And he'll tell you, dude, like O-line is it. And I think anybody with a brain that knows football knows O-line's like that, dude. Like, I played football. I see my O-linemen hanging out with each other all the time. Like, that's a brotherhood, bro. And when you start off and you're out two starters right off the rip, we better hope we get those guys back, dude. If we have to go all training camp with no Colton Miller, no Jackson Powers Johnson, and we have to come out week one with these dudes starting against the Chargers, bro, that's bad news. I'm telling you, bro, it's bad news, dude. That means we're starting out behind the 8 ball, dude.
And this is one of the things that I really didn't want. Remember we were saying, last thing that I wanted, and a lot of people disagree with me, which I can understand, but a lot of people disagree with me, and I said the last thing that I wanted was the guys on the offensive line to be playing other positions just because they can. And my thing was, we need to put guys where they're the best at, leave them there, stick them there, excel there. Stop the care shit. Now with these injuries to the offensive line, or at least the one injury, maybe there's more to come, I'm afraid now they're going to start doing the shit that I didn't want to do, right? Testing guys here and okay, you're here for 2 weeks and you're here for 3 weeks in training camp and da-da-da. And then come week 1, we don't got solid line like we should with the camaraderie that we want. That's the only thing I'm afraid of, man. But if we can overcome this little injury situation that we got going on now and put guys where they're supposed to be, I think we'll be all right. But I just don't want to see the musical chairs, guys. I just don't.
And don't forget,
I agree,
dude. Parham's switching sides, dude. Parham is going to the right side, so JPJ can play left side, bro. And if that fool don't get in there, that's gonna fuck Dylan Parham's transition to the right side all up, dude. Because now with him out, he's gonna be playing left side again. I doubt they're gonna put him on the right side unless they're gonna put Meredith or somebody in at left guard. But
I think Cody Whitehair is the guy they're talking about who's taking the rep.
Cody Whitehair, yeah, that's actually that's probably a good option thrown there because in my opinion, if they're gonna move fucking old buddy Parham to the right, move him now. Don't let the Jackson Powers Johnson fuck up anything. He's got to get used to being next to that new right tackle we got, bro. He's got to get used to playing next to Munford. That's a fucking must. It's got to happen. Don't fucking wait. That is a relationship that needs to happen now. Like, don't let this injury fuck that up. Put Cody Whitehair where Jackson Powers Johnson is and run the rest of your offensive line the way it should be. Obviously, you're out Colton now. It's interesting. I don't even know who the fuck Colton, who's even going to play left tackle now.
Andres Pete, probably.
Oh,
I'd say it'd be him.
Yeah, good point. I forgot about that, dude. So, yeah. So, right now, it would look like our offensive line is probably, from left to right, is probably Andres Pete, Cody Whitehair, Andre James, Dylan Parham, and Jermaine, or fucking Munford, Thayer Munford.
Look, not ideal and not the best of O-lines or the best O-line that we can come up with, but not all doom and gloom with guys like, I mean, Pete has at least had some production at the NFL level. Granted, he's on the downside of his career, but maybe
I like Pete, though, dude.
He can come back and at least hold the fort down till Colton comes back. Cody Whitehair's in the same cloth. Another guy on the downside of his career, but he's experienced and he has played at the elite football at his position. So just take that into consideration. Like, yes, it's not ideal losing these younger guys and the guys who should be our starters, but at least we're not chucking in like these, like, you know, to your point, you don't like Jordan Meredith or these Van Roten kind of cats. You know what I'm saying? Like, these guys have actually been really good at one point in time. You know what I'm saying? Like, what kind of production we'll get out of them? Hopefully we won't have to find out. Like, because, I mean, look, at least these guys are injured now and not in the season. I mean, it's never ideal to be hurt, especially coming close to when the preseason starts. But, you know, better now than later. Not ideal, but it sucks. But, like, hopefully we can still be okay.
And Chris makes a great point there, right? He said, this is going to have a trickle effect all the way down to Zeus. I hope it don't stunt his development. Chris, if you've been watching me, bro, I'm not a huge fan of Zamir White at all. I was one of the first people to call Zamir White out for his deficiencies in his game, and I took a lot of criticism for it, dude.
I think I was the second.
I took a lot of heat for that, bro.
Zamir White, day one. You hated Zamir White from day one, and I used to give you hell for it.
Dude, I took a lot of shit for not liking Zamir White. What up, Ralph? Let me finish saying what I was going to say. So, I'm already not the biggest fan of Zamir White, right? I already think his vision and his lack of patience hurts his game in a major way. And now he loses 2 of his fucking starting offensive linemen. That's another guy that's got to get familiar with his guys blocking for him. Like, you got to do something. I don't know, bro. It's bad. It's bad in my opinion. It's not the way you want to start your off season. You know, losing fucking old buddy Gallup and losing old buddy the receiver we got from the Chargers. That's not that big of a deal. What the big deal is not having Colton and Jackson Powers Johnson. That's 2 starters. And that's probably one of the most important positions on the team.
Michael Gallup.
So he said he has Justin Fargas vision. I will even go out as far as saying Justin Fargas had better vision than Zamir White. At least Zamir White, at least Justin Fargas, bro, had seasons where he's ran extremely well for us. Zamir White, we've yet to see it, but in 2 seasons, I mean, I'm not falling in love with 4 games. I do thank him though for helping us beat Kansas City, because without him we probably wouldn't have beat Kansas City. You know what I mean? Because the rest of
Fargas was low key all right.
The rest of our because the rest of our running backs are shit. I mean, do you think Amir Abdullah or Brandon Bolden or one of those guys are going to come in and beat Kansas City? Fuck no, dude. They're old. You know what I'm saying?
No,
Sincere McCormick.
But it wasn't all on him though. Like I said, down the stretch in those games where he played extremely well, the offensive line started to block a lot better too. I hate to say it because this is going to kind of sound fucked up, but when Colton Miller and Andre James went out, it seemed like the offensive line played better. Especially when Andre James went out and they replaced him with Parham. Dude, we were bullying teams, dude. I think Parham may have even been starting when we played against the fucking.
It was Mumford. Mumford was starting at left.
No, I'm talking about Parham was starting at center when Andre James.
Yeah, because they said when Miller was out, we were playing better. But yeah, Mumford was the one.
Yeah,
who
I know. Munford was over there. Yeah, see, that's one thing I like is Munford's. I don't know, dude. Like from what we've seen in a short stint with Munford, I like Munford, bro. But at the
I just saw Sal's comment about Trent. That's a good analogy. Trent Richardson.
Trent Richardson was fucking terrible. That's probably one of the all-time busts. So I'm not gonna go and compare him to Trent Richardson. But yeah, his vision's fucking terrible, dude. And
there were
not
memes
only
about
Trent
how bad his
Richardson,
vision was. Remember that?
not only Trent Richardson, but make sure you put the Raider legend in front of that. Raider legend Trent Richardson, because he played for us. Once a Raider, always a Raider. You know what I mean? So let's never forget that. And he never did shit for us neither. His vision was terrible. He was riding.
It was so bad. There were memes made about his vision, right? You remember that? Remember all the memes about his vision?
You know what's crazy? Is Trent Richardson was so nasty in college, bro. He was so nasty. He came to the NFL, dude, and I don't know if it was laziness or whatever. But anyways, we got Ralph up here. Ralph, how you feeling about, you know what I'm saying, where we at right now, gang?
Well, after that I just saw for the training camp and the press conference of Antonio Pierce, I mean, the defense is going to be very good because Coach doesn't know about to hire people that will ensure he learns. But I'm worried about for the running game. That's going to be big time. It could be like way best here. I mean, between Minshew and Aiden O'Connor, we'll be okay. It will not that be great, but we'll struggle at the times that we'll be okay. But the season goes to stay away with bad breaks and injuries, but ball bones it away will put out the offense to the position to be successful. I mean, it could be solidified at the playoff hunt, but it'll be like unexpected about for New Hampshire love. But also, there's not going to be like very flashy, but you're talking about for Samir White, but it's just like a old-fashioned workhorse because he always falls forward, he hits the hole. I mean, he had too much money to literally rushing. But what are those best cases Anna can now shove with the ball? Because if we drop it like a couple of winnable games and Garner comes to spark and against the secondary they will cook, I mean, definitely about it. But one of the worst case, if the Aiden go, the O-line blows, Garden gets hurt, I mean, that's a serious disaster.
Damn, Rafa, you went from defense to offensive line.
He'd be all over the place, bro.
Sorry, dude. I'm trying to keep up.
He'd be all over the place. That's not the only reason why motherfuckers be like, translate. It's because this motherfucker be all over the place, bro. Now, I like I said, I don't feel like I want to panic because I think panic would be kind of, you know what I'm saying, going a little over the edge right now. But I'm definitely concerned, dude, like 100%, because this injury that Colton Miller's got is the injury he's been dealing with since last season. It's never gotten better. It hasn't gotten better, dude. His arm is still fucked up. Like, how long is that shit going to take? And is he even going to be ready for week 1?
Was that the same kind of injury he had even the year before, 2022? Because he was coming down with injuries then.
I don't know. I know last year, if I'm not mistaken, was like the first time he's ever missed games. But that was, I know last year was because of his shoulder. If you guys remember the press conference, dude, he couldn't even hold his arm up. He was holding his arm up with his other arm and shit. And he had never played after that. He came in, I think, towards the end of the year when somebody got hurt and played a couple snaps, then went back out. But I don't remember I don't remember his shit. I don't remember his injury before.
I really like Colton Miller. I thank you for your services, and I appreciate him. I think he exceeded pretty much everybody's expectation of, you know, what he could be at left tackle. He's done a good enough job. With that said, I think we're going to need to start investing in some left tackle sooner rather than later. I mean, how much left has he got in the tank? He's been with us 8 seasons now. He's done a good enough job, but I think we need to start looking at some contingency plans. I don't know if that's what they're looking at DJ Glaze to be. But yeah, like, I mean, Taylor Lewan, remember he only just retired, like 2 seasons ago, and he had the same amount of experience or almost the same amount of mileage as what Colton Miller had. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, granted, he's still almost hitting 30. But like,
when was Taylor Lewan drafted? I wonder when he was drafted.
2014, and he retired 2022. So that's 8 seasons.
Oh, he was drafted in 2014. Okay.
Yeah.
I like Taylor Lewan too, dude. I liked him.
Me too. Me too. I'm just making a point. Like, yeah, like your late, like 29, 30, 31 is not that old. It's still very young in terms of life, but like when it comes to NFL career, especially like the wear and tear over 7-8 seasons, like it starts to really take its toll. So
no, I know.
I love Colton, but we need to start looking. We need to start looking sooner rather than later for his income.
The longest tenured Raider on the team, dude.
Yeah, one of the last Oakland Raiders.
One of the last Oakland Raiders, if not the last. Who else is still on there?
Max
Crosby. Who else is on there?
Look, I'm not saying move on from him yet, chat. I'm just saying we need to, come next draft, we need to start looking for some people we can groom if it's not DJ Glaze.
No, I agree. I do think we're at that point of Colton Miller's career where we definitely got to start planning for something. He's going into 2018. He's going to be going into his 8th season next year. Not saying he can't play forever, but you got to have somebody in the wings. You know what I mean? Yeah. For sure. Damn, he said, Cool Kev said only Ben's wear lighters got more wear and tear than Colton's shoulder. God damn. Now that was a good one, Cool Kev. You started making good jokes. Yeah, because his yeah, man, he's pretty much saying his shoulder's a bum shoulder. See, the thing to me though, Cool Kev, is like I feel like Colton Miller, in my opinion, I some of y'all might feel this way, some of y'all might not. I think Colton Miller is severely underrated, bro. I think, in my honest opinion, bro, he's a top 7 offensive tackle, left tackle or offensive tackle, if not top 5. He just doesn't get the credit for it, bro. What up, Joe O.E., the Raider Nation's infamous porn bomber? What's good with you? But yeah, dude, that's my opinion. I don't think you could go out and name 7 or 8 offensive tackles that are better than Colton Miller. I think he's that good, and that's how valuable he is. And has he been kind of what up TikTok? Has he been kind of banged up here and there throughout the last couple of years? Yeah. But he hasn't missed a ton of games, bro. I think I said, if I'm not mistaken, last year was the first time he's ever missed a game in his career. He doesn't miss games, dude. He goes out there and plays on injuries. His fucking rookie year, he damn near blew his ACL out and played the entire fucking year, dude, taking fucking shots, bro. You know what I'm saying? But so I think because I think what the thing that worries me is that he's never really had an injury history, right? And now he's got an injury that's kind of lingering. It's not getting better. It doesn't seem like it's getting better, right? Because he's fucking been out since fucking what? Since December of last year, November of last year, and he's still hurt. So that worries me a little bit. But I just think with Colton, I think the Raiders. I don't think the Raiders should be looking to move on from Colton anytime soon. Unless we like Afakasi, like you said, unless we can get somebody in the wings to groom. I'm with that. But I think
I'm not saying to replace him. I'm not saying to get rid of him now and give up on him. I'm just saying you.
I'm not saying you. I'm talking about everybody that don't like Colton. Like, for example,
I love Colton. I appreciate his services. I know what he is. I see what you see. Yeah. All I'm saying is that we need to start prepping because 8 seasons deep as a good starter, it starts to take its toll, and I don't know how much longer he's got left. So we need to start.
I know. There's a few people, dude, who don't like Colton. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, exactly.
But Ralph, what's on your mind, gang?
I mean, some people they just head above for the pick at that moment because the Raiders just need have some defensive talent around Khalil Mack. But Colton Miller turns out to be a great player, but I think it's gonna be the same tire as Garrett Bowles. I mean, he was very underrated, but he was the most unappreciated tackle because that guy has a rookie season with a messed up knee and he still played. I mean, that guy has not missed a single snap, and it gets better year after year after year. But he became one of the best linemen They're the one that don't hear about it. That means they're doing the job. I mean, how much credit had to give to Colton Miller? I mean, they took it serious, especially when it comes to online coordinator. I mean, people that just don't appreciate about the
That
talent
part,
of
TikTok.
Colton Miller.
Yes, sir. TikTok's a Georgia fan like me. He already knows what time it is. He don't have no dog in the fight. He's just a college football guy, bro, that likes Georgia. He already knows what time it is. Motherfucking Brock Bowers about to be crazy, boy. He about to be the next Travis Kelce, bro. Book it right now. He's about to be
Oh,
the most productive tight end in the NFL, not named Travis Kelce from here on out. As long as the Raiders give him the ball, dude. Just because how much attention that Devontae Adams is going to attract, and the fact that everybody knows a tight end is a quarterback's best friend. Oh, yeah, bro. Brock Bowers about to get fucking fed, dude. And he's the same size as fucking Michael Mayer, dude. And you guys seen Michael Mayer was going up making them jump balls over the Jets. So he can catch jump balls. And that man is so deadly after the catch, bro. Once he gets the ball in his hands, bro, like for being 6'4" with the frame of a tight end, dude, that can play inline, dude. He is one of the most athletic guys you will see with the football that plays that position, dude. He is that fucking good. There's a reason why they said he was a lot of NFL scouts and shit said he was a generational player coming out that tight end position. Probably the best tight end to ever be scouted coming out of college ever, dude. That dude is fucking special. And it's not because he plays tight end. Tight end is just a position. He's a positionless football player, dude. We're starting to get into the NFL where it's positionless, bro. And Brock Bowers is one of those players, dude. If you look at his college stats, he played slot wide receiver for the majority of his snaps at Georgia. He didn't even play tight end. But he plays tight end. He plays inline tight end, slot out, fucking running back. Bro, he does everything, dude. He's just a fucking football player, dude, that is a positionless guy, dog. And you could put him anywhere on your offense, bro, but probably besides, he might actually be able to play quarterback.
yeah, exactly,
And he'll be
Banter.
successful, dude. That's just how good he is. And that's why I felt like his value was too high for the Raiders. For any team up, and dude, he shouldn't have got past the fucking Chargers, bro. What up, we the people? The Chargers need offense, dude. They need playmakers, bro. They didn't get him. The fact that he fell to us, dude, I couldn't believe he was there. I was doing my fucking live reaction, and I didn't even say to take him because I thought he was going already. That's how good he is. And the fact that we got him, bro, you can't pass on a player like that. Like I say, he's a positionless football player. You put him anywhere on your offense, and he's a fucking playmaker, bro. You know what I'm saying?
And
I mean,
he's
it's
gonna be
like-
really good for us.
and when we picked them, you know, it's always going to be, you know, people to the left, people to the right. But I'm glad for a chance Raider Nation didn't bash that pick. And it was surprising to me because we seem to always find a way to bash our first round pick, right? And so when we drafted him, knowing the situation with the brother from Notre Dame that we drafted and him being elite, right? It was like, okay, why are we drafting another tight end? But how many times
I was one of them.
Raiders need to pick the best player to stop reaching for positions?
That part, Jack. That
Say it
part.
again.
I said that part. How many times have we not taken the best player available and reached, bro?
Right. So you go to the best player on the board, and they win. They got Brock Bowers. Now what you got is you got a tight end who was drafted last year, who's looking at the pick like, okay, well, I'm gonna step my game up as well. I don't know if you guys seen, but he's also bulked up. He's also put on a lot of weight as well, and a lot of muscle, I should say. So what you probably are looking at, man, is the makings of a premier, and as far as passing, because the running game's not there. As far as passing, premier passing game if the Raiders can get the quarterback situated. Because I mean, the receivers shit. Name a better core. Name a better core in the league, right? And then you talking about tight ends. I'm just gonna go out on the limb and say it. Those dudes will be the best. I mean, I don't know if we count dual tight ends in the NFL. I don't know if that's a thing we can count, but dual tight ends, they're gonna be the best. I mean what? Like, so me personally, this is what I'm afraid of. I'm afraid of the Raiders wasting what I think be with the next 3 years in elite defense without an offense that can carry them over the top, even though there are elite players on that offense. I feel like once we finally get our offense together, the quarterback, the blah, 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 that defense may not be as elite as anymore, and then we kind of wasted out on that window where these guys are the top 3-4 unit in the league, which I think is going to start this year. So, not to put out on the quarterback, but if we can get some competent play and we might be all right, man. Because this league is about.
I agree, Jack. I mean, the question is how efficient is our offense going to be with the question marks at quarterback and at running back. Our tight end group, young, very talented on paper, like you said. Brock Bowers should be the next in line to be the next great tight end for the Raiders, if not the league. You're talking about people that didn't like the pick. Like, look, I'm not going to, diverge away from guilt. Like, I was guilty. A lot of people on my side of the fence were guilty because we didn't do our research. We were ignorant to the fact that, because we didn't research the tight end position. Once we did our research, then you would see that this guy is a stud. So, I've come around to the Brock Bowers pick. That's for damn sure.
I did my research. I'm a big Bulldogs fan. Go
yeah,
Dogs.
I know you. I saw your
Go
live
Dogs.
reaction.
We know how
you were
about
very
that.
informed about exactly how good he was. I wasn't. So was a lot of the other guys on my live panel. So,
Dude, I'm trying to tell you, dude.
guilty of that.
I don't even watch
represent a
college
lot
football
of
like
other
that.
fans.
Like, I'm a very casual college football fan. Like, I usually watch, like, the college football playoff and shit, dude. And whenever Georgia needed a play, dude, they went to Brock Bowers. Third down, fourth down. There was a play, dude. They needed like a fourth down and long. And fucking Brock Bowers got tackled short of the fourth down, bro, and reached his fucking arm across the first down and barely tapped it enough to get it in, bro. He's special, dude.
He's like a generational talent.
I think that's what it is, bro. His football IQ and his love for the game is so crazy, bro. You can tell when he goes on that football field, he's going out there to dominate his opponent, bro. You can tell by the way he plays, dude. And defenses. And if you look at his freshman year, he broke SEC records as a freshman in the SEC as a freshman. That was talking about the fucking SEC, dude. The dude's fucking special, bro. I think a lot of people threw shade on him because if you look at the history of first round pick tight ends, there's not really a lot of them have panned out. Sam Laporta last year looks pretty good, but TJ Hawkinson, a couple other guys before them, they never really panned out, and it put a lot of shade on drafting tight ends in the first round. But if you're talking, if you put Brock Bowers in that draft last year when Sam Laporta got drafted, Brock Bowers is the first fucking probably playmaker or offensive weapon taken, not a quarterback, dude, last year. But
that's great.
There was a lot of quarterbacks, and the quarterbacks is what made him fall because there was like 6 of them taken or 5 before we even fucking picked. You know what I'm saying? So he plummeted. Then there was a run on offensive linemen. But yeah, dude, he's good. I'm glad we got him. He's serious, bro. He's all about business, dog. He's all about playing football, bro. And I love that. He's got the Max Crosby, Devontae Adams mindset. Like, I want to be great playing football. I don't want to just go in there and collect a check. I want to go in there and be great, dude.
Exactly.
It's just
And
his whole career revolves around his health. If he can find a way to stay healthy, knock on wood, you know what I'm saying? As long as he stays healthy, dude, and he can be a durable player, bro, he's special. He's going to come in and dominate from day one. He's going to be a day one starter right off the rip, and he's going to dominate defenses.
And yeah, when you're talking about
let's pump the brakes on the generation of talent talk, Ralph. Like,
I understand.
Generational talent, you reserve that for the likes of a Charles Woodson, of a Khalil Mack. You know what I mean? This Brock Bowers guy, he's going to be good, but like, let's.
Yeah, exactly. But what I was talking about for like a generational talent when it comes to college football, I mean, when you're talking about for this career for the Georgia Bulldogs, I mean, he used him all over the place as the wide, short, split weight, and even in the rounds for the backfield. I mean, he has a very excellent speed, great hands, great balance, good change of direction, nice stiff arm. I mean, we just found like an upgraded handful replacement as a receiving weapon. I mean, have you ever seen like the hand that he took like 75 to the house simply by outrunning everyone?
I see the argument Ralph just made there, though. I don't know if that just went over your head because sometimes you guys probably can't understand Ralph. But he said, look at him as a replacement for like a Hunter Renfrow. Because Hunter Renfrow's gone now. And that was our slot, bro.
Yeah.
Brock Bowers played the majority. Brock Bowers played the majority of his snaps at Georgia in the slot. You know what I'm saying? So, as much as we love Trey Tucker, I hate to say this, Trey Tucker's not a slot wide receiver. Trey Tucker's an outside the numbers, go deep type receiver. You know what I mean? So if they run Trey Tucker on the field, usually it's because they make a sub at slot, or they'll put Jacoby or Devontae in the slot, try to get a different matchup. But if our base offense, dude, in all honesty, I could see this, dude. Our 3-by-1, 3 receivers, 1 tight end, 1 running back, shotgun, whatever it may be. It's going to be Devontae Adams on the outside, Jacoby Myers on the outside, Brock Bowers in the slot, Michael Mayer at tight end, and whoever our running back is, dude. That's going to be our lineup. I don't think Trey Tucker is ready to be like an every down, like majority snap type slot wide receiver. I just don't think that's his game.
But you guys got to.
If a lot of his plays, if you look at Trey Tucker, a lot of his plays last year was outside the numbers. You know what I'm saying? Comebacks, deep posts, shit like that. He didn't run too many slot routes. So when he comes on the field, he's going to be a stretch the defense type guy. Go ahead, Jack Bauer.
What I think the Raiders are going to do is when Trey Tucker's on the field, they're going to have to strategically use him to his skill set. He's going to stretch the field. So the Raiders need to get something in the middle of the field, and they need to open the middle of the field. They need to get guys down the outsides to open it up. And Jacoby and Devontae, they're not slow, but those guys don't do that the best, right? So I think Trey Tucker is a dynamic piece, bro, because of spacing, bro. You got to have him out there because of his speed, because of the threat. And one thing I like about this core, and one thing I like about Bowers, and one thing I like about I forget the guy from Notre Dame. I keep saying his name.
Michael Mayer.
Michael Mayer.
One thing I like about Mayer, Bowers, Devontae, and Jacoby, all of these guys, every last one of these guys can catch in traffic. They don't have to be wide open.
Dog. Yep.
They don't have to be wide open. They don't even need separation. If the ball is in the air, if it's one-on-one, if it's 50-50, I'm trusting all 4 of those guys to get it. Look at that one play when Meyer went up over the top and got it. With AOC, as much as I give him flack for not scrambled, bought some time, threw it over the top. The boy went over the top and just grabbed it, brought it down. That was the first touchdown he got where I'm like, okay, this dude's a professional tight end. Because I saw in college making all the behind-the-back catches and all the stuff. When he made that catch, I said, okay, he's a weapon because he went and high-pointed that football.
Oh, you're talking about that play against the Jets?
Yes.
Oh, yeah, that was a big boy play.
Yeah,
and not only was it a great play, dude, we're talking about the Jets defense. That's arguably the number one. That's ranked as a lot of people as the number 1 defense last year, or next year they're going to be the number 1 defense.
He jumped up there about 15 feet and grabbed that shit and came down. So my thing is,
big boy move.
If you
I'd have
got
came
him,
down and flexed on his little ass to keep it a beather with you.
if you got him on the field, you got Bowers, who's probably twice as better athlete, and that's no disrespect to the other guy, but twice as better athlete. Then you got the pros who are great in the receivers. Aiden O'Connell being as accurate as he is.
Some watermelon gang.
I talk a lot of shit, but he is accurate. It's not going to take these receivers and our receiving core to a lot to be successful in these one-on-ones. So my thing is, everybody talking about this running game, we need to run the ball. I disagree, y'all. I think if we come in this season thinking we going to run it with Zeus and this core and this offensive line and set up the pass with that run, I think we're setting ourselves up for failure. We need to just trust AOC. He's either going to make or break himself. Trust him, open the offense up, let him use the receiving core and the guys out there that we got, because that's our strength on offense, bro. I don't know if y'all disagree, but like I said, I like the fact that the receivers can catch in traffic, and I want to see the offense pass heavy, not run heavy.
So all that shit you was talking about Aiden O'Connell, you want to see the Raiders be pass happy, Jack Bauer?
Yes.
And you was hating on Aiden O'Connell a couple nights ago. Now you want to see him throw the ball? Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I don't mean to use the hate word because I know you take that a different way. No, but you was kind of not. You wasn't fucking with Aiden O'Connell the other night. Now you want to throw the ball a bunch of times?
I'm still not. I'm not fucking with the running game. That's not going to work. Like I said, it's either going to.
I agree. I don't think the running game is going to work at all unless Dylan Lobby goes out there and wins.
Make him or break him, bro. This is the important part we got to listen to. It's either going to make him or break him. That's it. He's going to give his chance this year, bro. He's got weapons galore. All these dudes are skilled that he's got out there in front of him. It's either going to make him or break him. Do I think he's elite in all this stuff? Absolutely not. But I still want him to get his shot, and I still think that's the best way to go. Handling the ball off 30, 40 times with those guys out there just blocking ain't it, man. Every now and then, yeah, we need to get in power formation and rough them up and muddy the game up. I get it. But our bread and butter is going to be those guys we got on the outside and those two tight end sets, bro. We got to get those guys the ball.
Yep. I agree, dude, because Devontae Adams is going to demand so much fucking respect, dude. You're going to have to feed them tight ends, bro. And not only that, the tight ends get favorable matchups, dude. Tight ends get matched up on safeties and linebackers. Dude, we got two tight ends that are bigger than safeties and faster than linebackers. Two of them motherfuckers, bro. Not one, two. So now you got Devontae Adams demanding the majority of the coverage, right? You got Jacoby Myers is going to demand some respect after the year he had last year, right? So you're probably going to have like the shittiest linebacker safety duo on these tight ends. The shittiest. Unless Bowers and Michael Mayer come out and establish themselves in the first few games, they are that guy, and our position group is that good. That's going to be the position that's not going to demand a ton of defensive attention. They're going to like, oh, we're going to go out there, we're going to make those tight ends beat us. That's going to be the defensive game plan. I'm sure they would rather the tight ends beat them than Devontae and Jacoby because they already know they're going to beat them. You know what I mean? So that means they're going to put they're going to put less resistance on the tight end group, which is going to give these two guys the ability to be the best tight end group we've seen since Aaron Hernandez and Rob Gronkowski. That's how good they are. Potentially.
This needs to be created right now because I know for Luke Getsy because he needs to figure it out how to get Bowers and Mayer on the field together while not giving like the vertical thread to make it happen when you run the two tight end set. I mean, defense will expectate for underneath stuff and not set or that run play. I mean, they know that it typically came vertical. This is why Getsy needs to be created. I mean, what it comes to happen because before it became nothing very special about for the offense for the Bears ran. I mean, this dude has feels of the quarterback and did nothing in terms of important wins. But have you ever tried like he needs to be like very creative? I mean, an average at a wheel under 16, under 32. I mean, he should study every successful offense that it had two tight end skills, just like New England Patriots with Rob Gronkowski, Aaron Hernandez. I mean, don't try to depend anything so they can learn how they beat the defense. I mean, if you remember about for the Raiders versus Giants, that was like a great statement. And also we just got Raiders versus Chargers. All depends for the defense. I mean, it's not that typical tight end because he will like they use it like a star receiver. I mean, keep it rotated with Mayer Tucker. It's very easy.
Raiders.
Salute D Menace.
My guy.
Look, maybe I'm gonna sound like I'm a Debbie Downer, whatever. You know, I'm gonna stand on what I say. But like, one of the things you said, Raider Ben, is they need to what was the word you said?
Fuck you, Dark. You translate, you piece of shit.
They need to establish themselves, the tight ends, and I think that's the key word there. Is that like we're giving these guys a lot of hype. Granted, like, you know, Brock Bowers should work out. As talented as Raider Ben has hyped him up, is likely all going to come to fruition. However, we got to remember these two guys. One hasn't played a snap of NFL football. The other guy is coming off a rookie year, which to me was underwhelming. You know, he showed some flashes, but he hasn't established himself either. These are two young guys who are unproven. And Rafa, you know, I love you, man, but you're hyping them up that they're going to be the biggest thing coming out since Rob Gronkowski and Hernandez, when one of them hasn't taken a snap, the other one's still establishing himself. Like, all I'm saying is that we gotta wait and see how it all shakes out, and I'm hoping it does, but I'm gonna stay reserved before I start giving him that kind of hype. You know what I'm saying?
So let me keep it a bean with you, Fakasi. I'm not completely sold on Michael Mayer neither. I have to see more. People are using the excuse that the Raiders left him in the block last year because our offensive line was shit. I don't want to hear that excuse. I know it's probably a real excuse. I get that. But for where we drafted him at and the needs that we had outside of needing a tight end, we needed more than what we got last year. I 100% agree with you. Completely underwhelming. And not only
just to give you some more to that, we got more out of guys like Clive Wolford and Michael Rivera in their rookie seasons, who we drafted a lot lower. Clive Wolford was a second round guy, But look what happened to Clive Woolford. He did nothing after his first season with us. Michael Rivera, he was okay, but he showed more than Michael Mayer in his rookie season. I'm just saying, like, you know, to your point, Raider Ben, like, he's a guy who needs to establish himself as well as Brock Bowers, a guy as talented as he may be. He hasn't played a snap of NFL football yet.
Well,
You know,
see, so
how
that
good is he
leads,
going to be after
that leads me up to this, right? Maybe this so before I get to that, 'cause this is what I was gonna say. I was already kind of like a little shady on Michael Mayer because of like what I just stated. But when he came out in his press conference and said there was days that he felt like he didn't want to go to practice, bro, I get that you might not like Josh McDaniels. I get it. It's probably shit there. It was probably a shit. Dude, you don't say nothing like that, dude. That's a bad fucking look for any player in the National Football League, but a fucking rookie. Dude, you went out as a rookie and said on national TV that you didn't want to go to practice. At days, it felt like I didn't want to go out there. Dude, I get it. It's shitty, bro, but as a rookie, bro, you should be out there. That kind of told me that he was kind of You know what I'm saying? That made it worse for me. But maybe this organization kind of feels like the same way me and you feel. They're not completely sold on Michael Mayer. Michael Mayer had a prestigious collegiate career. Yeah, he did. Brock Bowers was a million times better than what Michael Mayer was, and he played in the SEC. So worst case scenario, the Raiders blow another second round pick with Michael Mayer and Brock Bowers as the new Raiders tight end 1.
Yeah, surely one of these guys got a pop. We can't flame out on both, but all I'm saying is that to you that you use the word yourself, established. One of these guys, well, both these guys need to establish themselves first before I'm gonna give him all the accolades and all the hype that like a lot of other people are giving them. Like, it should work out on paper, but we still got to wait and see it happen at the NFL level.
I think the biggest dynamic on why I think it's going to work is because I think these guys are going to push each other based on the situation. You know, I just think I'm pretty sure Mayer wants to prove that he was better than what he did last year, and Brock is coming in like, I'm that guy. And so I think that dynamic and those two guys just maybe trying to one-up each other, man, I think that's going to bode well for the team. You know, maybe if we just had one guy by itself, man, whatever. But I think those two dudes on the same team right now, maybe one guy don't want the other guy on there. Maybe I ain't starting rumors or something. I'm just saying the competition is going to be off the hook. So, you know, I think wherever you got competition, man, two elite guys coming out, and they both were elite coming out, one more than the other. I just think it's going to bode well for us in that core. I really do. And I know you made a comment about, you know, Michael Rivera and Walford. And I agree. We got a lot out of those guys, but we also had a better quarterback. You know what I'm saying?
As much as I don't like Derek
Rivera didn't. Didn't.
Hey, Michael Rivera's best season came under the helm of Matt McGloin.
McGloin, Flynn, and Terrell Price. Sorry.
Yeah.
You got a good point there.
Michael Rivera was low-key solid for the Raiders, dude.
He was.
I
just wanted to bring up to my point.
He was sneaky good for us, but I think I as much as I felt like he was sneaky good, but I felt like he got a lot of targets because our receiving core was really bad too. You know what I'm saying? Like, our receivers weren't very good. Like, our best receiver was Rod Streeter, and in this day and age, he would be considered a mediocre wide receiver. You know what I mean? He was our number 1. Derek Carr's first ever fucking touchdown pass was to Rod Streeter, and didn't nobody in the fucking NFL even know who Rod Streeter was but Raider fans. Like, who the fuck is that guy?
So, I like Rod.
I like Rod. I liked Rod a lot too, dude. I thought he was good for the beginning development of Derek Carr, no doubt, dude. He was a guy that had solid hands, bro. He always found a way to get open in the most crucialist of times for the Raiders, bro. I liked Rod a lot, dude. I did. For sure. Him and Denarius Moore was a solid little tandem right there for a minute. I felt like he was. But, I mean, nobody knew who the fuck Denarius Moore was but Raider fans either. Like, that's one thing that you have to look at, too. Like, back then, the Raiders never really had wide receivers around the quarterback. You know what I mean? Like, our receivers for Derek Carr, who was going to be the so-called franchise quarterback his rookie season, he had fucking 2 wide receivers that ain't nobody even fucking heard about, dude. fucking
James Jones,
Yeah, that was
Rod
the only
Breeder,
dude, bro. You remember the double
Derek
fumble?
Hagan,
The double fumble
fucking-
by fucking James Jones against the
Bryce
Texans, bro.
Butler.
He fumbled the ball, then fumbled the ball again, and then lost it. Like, dude, what the fuck?
that wide receiver core was trash. But look, my only point for bringing up Rivera was that, like, he was a guy we drafted 6th round back in 2013,
late round pick.
and he was still able to make. He showed me more than what Michael Mayer did, which is what my point was in his rookie season. Even though he had an even worse quarterback situation then, you know, that's all I'm trying to say is that, like, for me, it was pointing out that Mayer's rookie season, whatever way you want to cook it or cut it, was underwhelming, and he still needs to prove it and establish himself before I give him any more praise and hype. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, so like I said, back to my point, I'm not completely sold on Michael Mayer. I think there's a lot to still be seen there, dude. But right now, a lot of what I'm basing this off of, because I am going to kind of side with the people that Josh McDaniels and this offensive line definitely hurt the rookie season of Michael Mayer. I agree, dude. I 100% agree, because there was a lot of plays, dude. The Raiders went max protection, dude, and they kept Michael Mayer in a block, and they sent Austin Hooper out on routes. You know what I mean? I don't know, because he's a veteran. He had the coach trusted the veteran more to run routes or whatever. But it was a lot of that last year. But Michael Mayer, that catch he made against the Jets, I seen his Michael Mayer's first ever catch for the Raiders in the NFL was what he did in college. He made the catch, and motherfuckers didn't even want to tackle him, dude. And when somebody did come over to tackle him, he pushed him off. So he's a lot of what I'm basing my theory around is potential, because in my honest opinion, I don't think we've really seen what Michael Mayer brings to the table yet. I honestly think we haven't seen what the best of what Aiden O'Connell has to bring to the table yet. A lot of guys, because I honestly think Josh McDaniels hurt us that bad that he was hurting the true potential of a lot of these players, dude. I mean, you've seen it firsthand with the defense. Coordinators can turn it around instantly, dude. But players can't change what they've been coached all season, all off season, all to where the point they're at, right? So you've seen, as soon as McDaniels was gone, dude, our defense went from like fucking the bottom of the league to the #1 defense in all the major statistical categories of NFL defenses, bro. So I think this year, just because McDaniels is gone, and I honestly don't like old buddy the Getsy, but it's better than McDaniels, because McDaniels is like a cancer, dude. He's like a tumor, bro. Like he's like almost the worst thing you can bring into your locker room. He's destroyed. He's the only coach in NFL history that's had the coaching position of 2 different teams and lost his job within the first 2 seasons. That's never happened. It's because he destroys franchises. He destroys your locker room. He might bring talent in. Yes, he'll bring talent in, but he's got this ego that nobody can tell him shit, and it just destroys your locker room, dude. You know what I mean? So that's what he does. But I think just with him being gone, and these players being able to play more free, Aiden O'Connell plays how Aiden... Dude, Derek Carr, in my opinion, would have had a better year as long as McDaniels wasn't there, because Derek Carr wasn't able to play the way he wanted to play. I think Josh McDaniels predicated a lot of what Derek Carr did, and I think that's the same thing with Aiden and a lot of this offense last year. So I think this is the first year with our offense that we're going to see what these players can... Because, dude, Antonio Pierce going to let these guys let it rip, dude. Antonio Pierce is a player's coach. He's going to let those guys go out there and fucking play. He's not going to be one of them coaches that forces square pegs into round holes. You're good at this, go do it. Oh, you're good at that, go do it. I'm a fucking Super Bowl linebacker, a player. I've been there. I know what it's like when players just do what they're good at. That's what, in my opinion, that's the best head coach. But we have to see how it all pans out, because regardless of all that, the quarterback, as much as I like Aiden, I like Gardner, we got to protect them, and we got to run the ball, because these are 2 quarterbacks. They're not going to beat you off the strength of their arm, dude. They're not. Maybe Aiden can. I have to see it. But from what I've seen is in Aiden's rookie year, if we can't run the ball, he struggles. From what I've seen in Gardner Minshew's career, if we can't run the ball, he struggles. So if we can run the ball, we can protect the quarterback, I think we're going to be in good shape, dude. I don't think they have to throw for 4,000, 5,000 yards. We could have one of these quarterbacks throw for 2,500 yards, 14 touchdowns, or say 19 touchdowns and like 5 interceptions, bro, 6 interceptions, and our defense be that good and have our running game rush for 1,500 yards, and we could be really good next year. I think the key is to not turn the ball over. Go ahead, Oscar.
Just to switch the focus a little bit, you talked a little about the running game. I got a question for you. Like, look, we all know about your disapproval or disbeliefs as of right now in Zamir White, and I share those sentiments. But who would you say was the next man up with our running back core? Like, who's the main spellback?
If it's not Zamir White,
Yes.
Amir
Who do you
Abdullah.
think? You think it's Amir?
Yeah, because
You think it'll be Amir
I think they
on
like the
regular-
veteran. I think unless Britton Brown or Sincere McCormick or one of these other running backs, Dylan Labe, come out in the preseason and ball out, I think Amir Abdullah proved enough last year in his short stint with the Raiders that he's a solid number 2 running back. He's a good spell running back. Is he old? Yes, but he can still make a lot of plays. He doesn't really turn the ball over. He's a scat back. You know what I'm saying? Oh, I forgot about Alexander Madison. We the people. I honestly don't like Alexander Madison, so I'm still gonna stay with Amir Abdullah. But Alexander Madison could be a guy too. But if I think what it comes down to, I think they're gonna go with the veteran, and they're gonna keep Amir Abdullah as the backup, and Alexander Madison may be number 3. So that's why I think it's probably gonna be. And then
What
Labe
about
may be
you?
like a fourth back.
What about you, Jack?
I gotta go with Madison, man, just off of ability. I don't like the other guys' abilities, man. I don't think they're good enough, man. If Zamir can't go, I've seen enough elusiveness from Madison and enough vision from him to believe he can at least do a little something. So I will go with him, you know, as the runner up for White. But I'm not too pleased about that whole core in general. But I agree.
Me neither.
I would have been happy if the Raiders would have drafted a running back like in the 2nd or 3rd round, just because we knew we wasn't going to bring back Josh. We knew it. And, I mean, yeah, Zeus is working out. He's looking like this demon. But, man, we need production, bro. And I would have loved to get one of these running backs that just balled out in college. I know it's not a popular thing to do, but usually if you can get one that high in the 2nd or 3rd, he's good. You know, he's one of the best. And I wish we would have went that route, man. I really
Wasn't the running back room from this year's draft kind of weak, from what I remember? It's a weak class.
Yeah, this last draft there wasn't very many good running backs. No,
Right.
I think the best running back was the dude from Michigan, dude. The rest of the dudes
Yeah,
were
I heard it was pretty weak.
why. That could have been a reason why, you know.
Also, I went on record as to say, like, up until he proved it, I said if Zamir White hadn't proven by year's end that he can at least be a decent enough to start and have some body of work, which he hadn't done until the last 4 games of the season, we're drafting his replacement because I didn't think we were going to re-sign Josh Jacobs either. So I think that's also why we didn't draft as high, like that. He at least showed he can be good enough, but can he be good enough sustainably? Time will tell. But what about you, Rafa? Who's your next man up?
Before you go, Rafa, that's my issue with Alexander Madison. All eyes on G, dude. Look at he's got like the most fumble, like I think top 3 in fumbles in the NFL since he's been in the NFL at the running back position. Dude. He turns the ball over a shit ton. Go ahead, Ralph.
We'll choose with Madison. I mean, he has proved that he's a tough player in the position when injuries can be freaking. I mean, after he was gone, Josh Jacobs, I mean, he will set the tone for showing toughness when it comes to college, and he never missed a game with he need like shoulder and ankle surgeries after 2 different seasons. I mean, that toughness will play well. I mean, he just earned like a star reputation as a star athlete in high school, but in addition to be like he was like a track runner on the shot, but they will give him like an athlete at the running back, so I would choose with Alexander Madison.
Gotcha.
I mean, I like Alexander Madison, dude. I do. His moves are very limited, man. He doesn't have a ton of like, juke moves. Like he's more of a straight downhill type runner. I seen his highlights with Minnesota. If you guys remember, the last time we played Minnesota, he was actually a big reason why Minnesota beat us, dude. You know what I'm saying? But he's very limited, dude. He's very limited in terms of what he can do with the ball in his hands. Like I said, he's more of just using his power and running people over. but he's got a huge fumble problem, dude, and that's very scary. And like people tend to forget that even though Zamir White played well for us last year, dude, like Zamir White has a very bad fucking ball handling too, dude. He fumbles the ball a lot too, dude. He fumbled like
Has twice as
3 or 4
many
times.
fumbles as he does touchdowns.
Yeah, exactly that part, dude. He fumbled like 3 or 4 times last year as a rookie, and he barely even got any snaps. It's like almost every time he came into the fucking game, he fumbled the ball. So that's scary, bro. Like I'm a huge fan of Britton Brown, and I see Cool Kev. He don't really like him.
I was just about to say that.
He calls him Brittle Brown. I don't know if I think it's too early to say that, man. He's only been in the league for 2 years. He had 1 year he stayed healthy. The other year he got hurt. But in terms of like pure running backs, from what I've seen, he's probably the purest running back we got on our team. I like him more than Zamir White. He's got patience. He's got vision. Like I said, we've had a lot of preseason fucking workhorses that have never panned out to be shit. You know, you got the George Atkinsons the third, rest in peace. You know, the Chris Warrens. We've had a lot of the Trey Regis. We've had guys that have come in the preseason and looked good for us, right? But Britton Brown was another one of them guys, dude. He came in the preseason, he looked really well for us, dude. He was one of the best running backs I've seen. He was one of the best running backs I've seen outside of Josh Jacobs in terms of just being a pure running back, waiting for the holes to open up, have the vision to see the hole. So I think, and not only do I feel that way, but the Raiders organization honestly feels that way because they could have just cut him last year, but they put him on the injured reserve and kept him for a reason. Yeah, I'm a huge fan of Britton Brown. In my honest opinion, dude, I think Britton Brown's the best running back on this roster. Until I see what Dylan Labe is going to bring to the table and Alexander Madison, I think he's the best running back. Based off pure just being a running back, he ain't got no NFL snaps. Zamir White does. I just don't like Zamir White. I just think Zamir White sees one thing. He doesn't fucking have no second thoughts. He don't think about going anywhere else. He sees something, he goes, and if it don't work, it don't work. And that's not going to work, bro.
Yeah, I agree. That was going to be my answer. Like, I don't know if he's going to make the roster. If that's something he's going to, he's going to have to prove it in preseason. He's going to get his chance, but he's probably the name that intrigues me the most. I see what you see, Raider Ben. Like 2022 preseason, he showed me a lot. Like I was very impressed, and he deservedly made the final running back spot on the roster. Didn't get his chance in the regular season, but moving into last season, like, with the question marks around Zamir White, like he missed a golden opportunity to leapfrog him and be that second man up because he was out injured all last season.
Zamir White looked like shit, dude. When it was him versus
He
Brown in the preseason, dude, Britton Brown was shitting on him, dude.
Zamir and Sincere probably had one of the worst running back duo, whatever you want to call it, seasons of any running back core I've seen in preseason with the Raiders,
which is
ever.
Pretty good.
You know what I mean? Like they were trash. So my faith in them was next to nil. But like I said, with Zamir, at least he proved that down the line he can play. You know what I'm saying? But I'm with you. Britton Brown is a name that intrigues me. Like he's a guy who, whenever I see him taking the field, like he hits that hole and he hits the gas. You know what I mean? He's got some deceptively nice speed. You know, because he's kind of tallish, isn't he? Britton Brown.
Yeah.
Like he's tall
like
and lengthy, whereas
he's a
Zamir's more
type running back, dude. 6 foot plus.
Right. He's kind of like maybe a thinner version of
Latavius Murray type build, bro.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
And he runs a lot like Latavius Murray too, is another running back I think in Raiders history that a lot of people kind of shade on. I think Latavius Murray was real good for us too, dude. I think we let go of him way too soon, bro, because the Raiders wanted to get Marshawn for a lame duck season. But anyways, my bad.
Yeah. Britton Brown is the name that intrigues me. I'm hoping he gets his chance and he makes good on his chance and works his way up the roster. Like for him, like it's fluid where he can be. He can either be off this roster or he can shoot his way all the way up to being that next man up. And if Zamir isn't impressing, then I'd be all for like chuck him in. Let's see what he can do. Because Amir to me, you know what he is. He's reliable. He's solid. Veteran, but that's it. He's going to be nothing more than that.
Yeah, I don't see like a long-term career for a running back like Zamir White, bro. Like I said, I have to see it. Like people are talking about how big he got, right? That's not always good, dude. getting big ain't always good, bro. Like you start getting big and you lose your athleticism, whatever little bit you got of it left. You know what I'm saying? And if you look at Zamir White at Georgia, he was more of he's more of a rare combination of strength and speed. Because he's in Georgia, he had breakaway speed and he was extremely powerful. But Georgia had such a great offensive line, dude. They'd fucking open up holes like the Red Sea. So he would just run through them. You know what I mean? So he's got a rare combination, I will say, of strength and speed. Because he is a scat back. He has power, but in Georgia he was the speed complement to their offense. So hopefully, he's kind of been this big bulky motherfucker even in college and able to maintain his speed. If he's able to continue to put on this muscle and keep that speed, if the Raiders are able to open up holes for him, dude, he will be a problem because people aren't going to want to tackle him, dude. But at the same time though, like I don't put a lot into upper body strength for running backs. They need it. They need their strength in their glutes, their hamstrings. They need their most of their strength in their lower body. You know what I mean? Because they're usually going they got to run through tackles. So I don't know. I'm not gonna fall it. Zamir White looks yoked, dude. I would be afraid to tackle him because I'm not in football form. But that dude, he looks scary, bro. In terms of having to tackle him, at least from the upper body, he looks scary. But if you can't see the hole, if the offensive line ain't perfect, you know what I mean? He's not gonna be great.
Let's hope he runs like he's built like at least close to in his prime Marshawn Lynch rather than a Trent Richardson, right?
It's crazy to say this, right, dude? I don't think you'll see many running backs worse than Trent Richardson, bro. Like he was terrible, dude.
Yeah, man. I remember. Like I said, I still remember the memes made about that guy. You know what I mean? Like, God, yeah, terrible. But anyways, I got to get going, Ben. Thanks for having me on, gang.
No
Jack,
doubt,
always
much
good
love.
to see
I
you, my
posted
brother.
your link in the chat. I'll repost it right now, man. Much love.
Have you
Yeah,
on?
I saw you've been doing that, and I appreciate it, brother. Yeah, until next time. Take care, gang. I'll catch you on flip side.
Yeah.
All
For
right,
sure.
no doubt.
All
right.
Wow.
Have a good one.
Yeah, like see me personally, dude, like a few years ago, everybody was worried about the offensive tackle position, and I was worried about the defensive tackle position. And when the season went through, after the season was over, we seen how much we needed a defensive tackle. Well, now offensively, I'm not worried, dude. I'm not really too worried about the quarterback. I'm worried about our running backs, dude, and I'm worried about our run block. If we can't run the ball, dude, we're gonna. If you cannot run the ball, it don't fucking matter who your quarterback is in the NFL, dude. You're going to have a long fucking day. If you can't run play action and you can't fucking let the defense think it's run and you're able to sit there in the pocket with your quarterback, dude, you're going to fucking lose. And the main reason why they brought in old buddy Getsy is because his running game is a very physical running game. But you have to keep in mind 800 of his team's, 1,500 rushing yards that made them second in the NFL came from a quarterback. Do we have faith in Zamir White alone getting 800 rushing yards, let alone a quarterback? So we would need Zamir White or one of these running backs or a combination of all of them to run for 1,500 yards. I have no faith in this running game whatsoever to hit 1,500 yards at all. Zamir White's not dude, unless Zamir White has a crazy year on the offensive line going crazy, dude, he'll be lucky to hit 800 yards. And even if he hits 800 yards, we need the rest of these running backs to find a way to get 700. And if they don't, we're not going to have the second best running game in the NFL. And if we don't, Luke Getsy's offense ain't going to be very good. He has an offense that if you look at Chicago over the last couple of years, he tends to run receivers very close to one another, which allows one player to guard two players. That's bad. The only thing that I'm hoping in terms of Luke Getsy is that since he has a history with Davante Adams and he knows how great Davante Adams is, that he listens to Davante Adams. Like, this is what he does. This is what he does. This is what he does. Let's build our offense around that. Luke Getsy seems like one of them coaches that'll build around his players if he knows what his players know what they're doing. We have to hope that, dude, because I don't see 1,500 yards coming out of this fucking running back room. Yo, Mode, what's good with you, dude? Fuck Jordan
Hey.
Nelson. Or no, respectfully, I like Jordan Nelson.
I'm gonna say this last thing, then I'm gonna sign off. But that was one of the main things I was gonna bring up was when you were saying that you don't really like Lou Gadsby. I don't really know too much about him, but one thing that I did hear was that what he will be considering is listening to the players, and a lot of coordinators don't really do that, and I think that's going to bode well for us, especially because we have these bad collapses after the halftime where we just seem to not make adjustments, right?
Yeah.
And so if Getsy is listening to his players and they're telling him things, and this is coming back in real time, and they're playing this chess game in real time, I think it'll give us a little bit of more advantage, and I think it's something that we can look forward to because we're gonna always be on top of our opponent. You know, we're not coming in with this cookie cutter ass offense, and if it work, it work. It don't, it don't. We coming in being open minded and not just sticking to the script, so to speak. So say that, but I'm sign off, man. If you go on live tomorrow, I'll tap in with you, man. But
Yeah, I
Life
won't.
coming-
If I go live tomorrow, it won't be till after midnight.
so
Yeah, so if
Nice
not, then
talking
I'll
to
catch you on Sunday.
everybody online, man, I'll tap in with y'all next time, man.
Right, salute, Jack, bro.
All right.
Always,
Life,
my
man.
boy Jack Bauer. Have a great one. All right, Ralph. I'm probably gonna get out of here too. I'm gonna fucking play around with the fucking college football for a little bit. But yeah,
All
Raider
right.
Nation. It was a pretty solid show. We've been here for like an hour and a half. I've just been kind of chilling. Gave you guys some little Raider talk. But yeah, man. Fucking Ralph, you got anything for us on the way out?
Yeah, I just wanted to tell that was like a great takes, and I just wanted to figure it out that, well, before my birthday, I just wanted to talk it about for Straight Outta Nation, which is like the podcast that I'm working on it, because right now it is 100% Raiders, no Chargers, no Chiefs, no Broncos, and I'm gonna keep it like very clear right now. This year, the defense is gonna be solid. After the whole disaster we've been through around for the last season, this year we can complete change at all. There's no excuses. There's no clickbait. There's no bitching and moaning. Just work like a great man. Great mentality, great leadership, and of course, discipline. That's all I'm gonna say.
Well, by the time we'll be live, man, the podcast will be on Sunday. We'll have practices in the book, so we'll have more things to talk about.
Yep.
You know, all I gotta say, man, is ill intent, physicality, violence. That's the Raider way, man. Play disciplined football. Put the players in the best position to succeed. And let's do something that I don't think a lot of people are doing, which is surprising a lot of people. I have heard, you know, some media guys thinking that the Raiders are a team that slept on. I think we can be that team because I think our defense is sneaky good. But at the end of the day, everything's got to go together and bode well for it to all pan out. So with that being said, man, we'll see you on the podcast on Sunday. I'll post Ralph's link in the chat. You guys go show some love to Ralph. And as always,
right.
man, you guys know what fucking time it is. Go Raiders. And we'll
Let's
catch
go.
you guys in the next one. Have a great night, Raider Nation. Until next time, peace. Raiders.
out. Raiders.
It's picked off. Oh no! Unbelievable! Oh wow! Incredible! Chandler Jones and wins the game for the Raiders. Jacobs with running room right up the middle. Jacobs is on his way. The Raiders are going to win this game. Devontae Adams chugging into the end zone for the touchdown. Oh, he fumbled again. Robertson's got it. And he's got an entourage. Hyman
when you have great coaches, then after you have great coaches, you get great players. You have a great organization, and you tell them one thing: just win, baby.